Here, try the OJ. Come and feast on these beats. If the beat's gone dry, we'll just feed it extra grease. Our pockets getting fatter, try to keep it obese. Look, there's an epidemic. All pleasure. This right here, a vibe. Come and try the apple pie. Sweetie, numbers never lie. Just don't check the serving size. Hold up. Sucrose and the fructose and a little bit of who knows. Get a dose of the gross and we flip it like it's Uno. We complicate descriptions, you ain't really got a clue though. Consume it, then abuse it, then go consume. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the drive-thru Zoom.
We're back with the one and only Ren.
Godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But
Facts.
if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes.
You just hear that little ooh, just off to the side, that little just vocal sort of drop in the mix. And I love how everything builds with these just orchestral strings, right? It has a very nostalgic vibe and feel to it. It's almost like I'm skipping through a field of black and white daisies, right? And then the choice to film in sort of a film noir fashion, to go black and white. I just love the artistry of that. We did that with the music video that we shot with Ren on Fentanyl, and here it is again. And I just love all the different just B-roll cuts to accentuate. And what a voice. Tantalizing delivery from Kit, who's an amazing singer, but I love this monologue from her as she reads this Bible verse from the book of Timothy.
Fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils.
Warning of the powers of greed and temptation and money. And isn't it funny that a Bible verse from back then still has such truth, such cutting poignancy today, in today's world, and can still be applied? Love the setup to this.
It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet, preach profit and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bit the pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shock when we lose sight of living.
But judiciary are whores. What a shocker. Like, wow, that's shocking. But also, if you think about the consummate, and you're basically getting fucked. He's playing off of a sexual scheme, and shocker, well, go and ask about the birds and the bees if you don't know the old shocker move, boys and girls.
And the politicians, but judiciary are whores.
Let's bring it back and break down a little bit more of this. You had a nice flip on prophet, like being a prophet, a biblical type of prophet that ties in with the Bible verse at the beginning, and those who are leaders who act as prophets in this world, but really he's flipping it into P-R-O-F-I-T, profit and monetary gain.
A man's verb consummate the noun, cause an action man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun.
Money makes a man's verb consummate a noun. What in the grammar class is happening here? But what's funny about that is consummate is not only a verb, it can also be used as an adjective. So we got a verb, adjective, and noun even flipped into one little grammatical package there. But for me, I take that as to consummate something, right? Like consummating a marriage, right? There's a sexual innuendo. But underneath of that, to me, is money's fucking us all in a sense, right? And it's even fucking verbs and then nouns. What in the grammar flip is happening?
Pure man, lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet, preach profit and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bit the pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are...
Biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians. I love how he just has that little pause to fill in bank robber, banks and pala, to just hit that little multi-syllable rhyme scheme he was punching in there.
The biggest bank rob.
And you also hear, like in the back of the mix, he's just got different moments when he chooses to accentuate with ad-libs, right? And right here, this ad-lib's pretty dope because he gets like a lot more aggressive with the delivery and just kind of makes that super wet and reverby towards the back.
And we follow when the scholar teach dishonor, that's
when the scholar teaches on that's the, and he's just a little bit higher, more trebly there with the attack.
The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores.
There's that just little just humming away right there, just that singing. And that's actually Ren's voice that he took it as. I thought it was a female voice at first. I thought that might have been Kit. No, that's Ren in the back of the mix, man. Just love how when you just take little vocal cuts and you just kind of cake those into the instrumentation.
The biggest bank robber of the banks.
There's also some really dope shit. Look at that. Love some of the artistry and the choice of some of these shots and the way that they set up.
When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bit the pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shock when we lose.
Even when he's doing that little walk, like step, step, it's just got a little bit of that bounce to it, doesn't it? I'm a sucker for like boom bap beats and percussion, and it still has that nostalgic feel. But you know how we opened up with like the birds chirping and everything is just so grand, isn't it? It's almost like we're floating away, and he's kind of just like floating as he progresses through this beat and through this delivery.
The banks and the
Again, another just these shots.
That's a bit the pill to swallow. The biggest bank.
I forgot to ask like who directed this one and who shot this one, but look at some of these, man. Love the way the lighting is set up on that one.
And the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shock when we lose sight of live and let live. Forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now dig it.
Well, you die with a grin. You hear again. He's got that more sort of trebly like attack off to the side, just stacking different tones. He's very good with this cadence, right? Just different intonations. And he always just has such versatility with the delivery throughout the track with his approach to rapping.
Live and let live. Forget your soul is.
There was a great line before I wanted to highlight.
That's a bit the pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shock when we lose sight of live and let live. Forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you
forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. Isn't that ironic? Because this is all about greed and money. But what truly makes you richer? Well, it's not more profit. It's love. And enriching your soul, enriching your spirit. But when we forget about live and let live, because we start letting the money guide us, and that money and those decisions affect our actions in relation to other people, in relation to the world, and then we forget love and we forget to enrich our souls, that's how we truly lose. That's how we truly never gain in this world.
When we lose sight of live and let live. Forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade.
He loves that hat, man. He wore that hat in my fentanyl video too.
Dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Ren.
I love that when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money. And I take that as just a paradox, sort of hypocrisy there, right? Well, no, I have goals that I'm trying to get to, but I need money to help me reach those goals. But then at some point, if those goals are dependent upon money solely, then are you really doing it for the goals or are you doing it for the money? The lines start to get blurred, and then you're not sure what the means was and what the ends was and what justifies which. I take that sort of hypocrisy and paradox caked into those lines.
Carve and create, but when the money...
And obviously playing off of money being a tool, but then money can carve and create, which is interesting, like carving, sharpening, but also those same tools can be used to destroy, to tear down, to kill, cut the jugular.
The means, but the means is the money. You start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you.
Different dope shots. Like obviously that's London, I think, right there. Yeah, London, Metro, London. And then he hops between that and Brighton because I recognize some places I walked there in Brighton with him. Yeah, that's dope.
We didn't have money. You start to compromise ideals.
Yeah, right there. I remember walking along that promenade.
For dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Ren. Born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much, but mum and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. A little sister fell into the picture. Oh my God, we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder. Life, it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her. Hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your...
Facts, man. I mean, we all start with just that childhood innocence, right? In the world so colorful and so rich, and love seems so pure. And then as we age and we mature, we start to see that there's a lot of corruption in the world. a lot of forces trying to push us down and trying to corrupt our very souls in ourselves. And I love how, even though he's staying on the theme of money ties, also shout out to the title, money ties, monetize, clever double right there. But he's sticking with this theme of money throughout. And yet he takes staying on that theme and a chance to introduce his sister into this and to shout out his sister, because I know that this means a lot for him, putting in a verse for his sister, showing his love for her. But I feel much in the same way of like a father bringing my 2 daughters up into the world. And what would I say to them as I view this world full of greed, as I view the root of evil, which is money, and I view horrible things that people do to each other and they justify it through money. And it's such a sick, twisted world in which we live. And the thing that gets me so much too is just because you are rich and successful does not mean you're a good human being. It doesn't mean you're actually helping the world. We tend to just uplift and value and vaunt and flaunt just different celebrities, different rich businessmen, right? And we think, well, hey, they're successful, so we should model our lives after them. But we don't actually appreciate or truly know how some of them got to where they got to, and some of the things that they had to do and what they had to sacrifice to get there. But we just think, hey, success, that's the end. That's what we want, that rich, glamorous lifestyle. Well, hey, they got there. So however they did it, you kind of just whitewash it and justify it.
Love a little sister, fell into the picture. Oh my God, we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder. Life it had.
Right there, older and colder. He's got like just an echo on his voice, just like way back in the mix. I love that. Like just the devil in the details with the engineering sometimes in the mixing. Like you don't think about that, and most people aren't going to hear it. They're not going to catch it, and it's super low, but it's just back there, and it just fills and adds just a different sound dynamic to it all in the middle of a verse. Hang on, where's that going? Go away.
Way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her. Hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough.
Beautiful piano right here too.
Not a world for a kid, so toughen up and buckle up because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your soul. And there'll be times you feel the cup you're feeling leaking with hope.
Again, I love some of these framing, right? He's way down here, but it's the architecture. And again, it's the shadows, it's the colors, it's the lighting, man. Some very artistic shots even there as well.
Those who take advantage of the light in your soul. And there'll be times you feel the cup you're feeling leaking with holes. And that dark can get much darker. We all must grow old. But listen up, my little sister. Hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind. Humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me. Because this world needs love. And love it leaks from you, see. Sis, this world needs light. And you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness gone be, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous. Fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure. And fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes money makes money makes the.
I love that. I love how I've talked about this before. If you're going to point out a problem, right? As a more conscious artist, don't just point out the problem. Provide solutions. Provide a message of hope. Provide a way forward. And this, for me, is what Ren does, right? You dance between these money ties and the greed that he sees and the just decadence of the world and the corruption of it all. But then, through speaking to his sister and through framing it as a conversation to her and him giving advice to her, he's also giving advice to all of us, the listener. And he's also trying to provide all of us and kind of breaking the fourth wall in a sense, even though it's addressed to her, by giving us some light and giving us some hope to hopefully spread our wings and fly and take flight.
Humankind are in need. Never ever let. Hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind. Humankind.
Love that. Kind heart, kind, human kind. Just a little wordsmith and flipping right there off different meanings of kind.
Never ever let this world make you bitter like me. Because this world needs love, and love it leaks from you, see. Sis, this world needs light, and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my
wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Love those lines.
Sickness scorn me, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me.
Sickness scorned me, but whatever. You know, the sickness that he had to deal with, that he still has to deal with and go through. And even like a sickness and a disease in the world that he sees.
Ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorn me, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever.
Pressure makes a diamond. Feeling all the stress and pressure versus like turning into a diamond and shining and finding your
I
light.
could never, a releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous, fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure.
Facts.
And fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes the world go round.
Queen getting a cheeky weekend right
Now's
there.
the time to stand tall, because money makes the world go round. Money.
Sorry, I choked up a little bit because, again, I'm thinking of how beautiful these lines are, and I'm thinking about my own daughters, man.
Stand tall, because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang thug, drug money plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend law, make war, make goals. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives. Money both. Money is, money isn't, money's just.
It's so true. I love how he's showing all sides, literally both sides of the coin with money. Money saves lives, and it can do amazing things, and it can be tools for helping. And, you know, it's a way to better organize trade, to better organize our society. But then when it gets taken advantage of, when it gets corrupted, when it gets used for ill gains and ill means, well, that's the darker side to it all. And then money makes the sick boy sicker. Love that line as well, and that poetry to that, right? Because, yeah, he's getting more money, and he's getting sicker in a sense with his skills and everything he's doing, but also he's getting sicker with the world and everything that goes on around it.
Money saves lives, takes lives. Money both. Money is, money isn't, money's just that.
Beautiful piano again right here.
Money's just a concept. People are trying. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fire. Money's just
Money's just a concept. It is at the end of the day, and yet it rules so much of our lives and holds just such power and presence over us all. Tax the poor man, right? And lace up the fat of the rich. While the rich get richer, the gap continues to increase and the poor get much poorer.
people are trying. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fire. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties, money ties, ayy. Money lies, money lies, money lies, ayy.
No people, no profit. Facts. Love how he ends on that clever flip of the titling, right? Money ties. Money ties. Flip it in a different sense.
Fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties,
Fake money, because again, it's all
money
conceptual.
ties, ayy. Money lies, money lies, money lies, ayy.
I think money lies to us all because we can't take it with us in the end. I wonder what that little just noise is, right? Almost like sound folio just off to the side as you walk away, and then it just has that dramatic cut and then to black. That's a beautiful video. I love the engineering on that, the way he set up the soundscape of all of that. And for me, the power is in the message. There's a power to creating and passing on that knowledge and making people more aware, maybe making them think just a little deeper about money and the root of how our world works. But then on top of that, there's still that message of hope, beautifully framed as a tribute for his sister and him passing on advice to her, but also passing on advice to us. And yeah, I'm always a sucker for that boom bap beat, man. Ren, you were Knox certified. Hope you guys like today's video. Listen, for some reason you're here at the end. Obviously, enjoy the content. Do me a huge favor. Support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. Really does go a long way. Also, don't forget to cop your merch. We got hoodies. We got hats. We got signed CDs. Brand new album, Chaos Theory 2, is out now with the homie Ren. All kinds of good stuff going on. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for your patience with me. Obviously, being a little late on this. I'm taking care of moms. But yeah, everything's going all right. Thank you so much, guys. I love you. I'll catch you again.